Q&A. That is reactions and analysis. So yeah, I'm gonna just name the segments and stuff now. Make it seem more official. Anyway, so yeah, I completely forgot about this, but today is Marvel's the Square Enix Crystal Dynamics Avengers game. They're doing their War Table live stream. They're doing the second one. They had the first one a few months ago. We covered that here on the channel. We're going to cover this second one here again. And this time they're going to show off some stuff of the beta. So it doesn't start for another... Give me a second. It doesn't start for another 26 minutes, but I figured I'd use the 26 minutes to kind of briefly go over what we're actually going to be seeing. And what we should be expecting to see in terms of... So here's an article from Game Rant. Let me just get the full screen here. So here's an article from Game Rant talking about what we should expect from the live stream, and pretty much it's what I pretty much just said in like one sentence, where they're going to show off the beta that they were talking about. They talked about a beta in E3 when they announced last year, and then they talked about it again a few months ago at the War Table live stream. So we're going to be, I think PlayStation 4 is getting the beta first, and then it going to PC and Xbox, and what we're doing is, I don't know, it should be interesting. Here, this is from them, Tomorrow Talk Show. Okay, so yeah, this, I mean, if you guys watched my previous video on this, you guys know how I feel about this game. I don't care. I'm not excited for it. It's not like a, oh look, an Avengers game, woohoo! And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge comic book nerd, but I'm not a fan of the story. And if I'm not a fan of the story of a game, I'm really not going to be I mean, don't get me wrong, I can play a game where I'm not invested in the story, but these days it's rare that I do. Like, you know, I play Halo and I love the story of Halo. I play Star Citizen and I love the story of Star Citizen, and you can kind of see where I'm going with that. You know, and here this is the game, remember, where they're shoving Kamala Khan in as... because she can't hold her own title, so they cram her into an Avengers title to help boost her popularity. But anyway, let's just read the article here while I have 26 minutes to kill, so... today's newest Avengers War Table stream will be giving fans a glimpse of what they can expect from the upcoming beta, which will arrive in August. The Marvel's Avengers game will finally be launching later this year, but ever since its unveiling at last year's E3, that's not true. It unveiled technically like 2016. No, sorry, 2017. They had a cinematic trailer that lasted for like 30 seconds. And then we heard nothing up until last year. So they went 2 years without saying anything. Anyway, it felt like it still had work to do and to try and win over naysayers and those on the fence about checking the game out. I can confirm that. Its initial reveal, while overall positive, was still met with plenty of criticism, especially for its character designs. Honestly, that's the least of my concerns. I know a lot of people complain about the character designs and how like they're not like the MCU or whatever, and honestly, I don't care. That's bottom of the barrel stuff for me. Like the more concerning stuff is, how's the gameplay gonna be? What's the story gonna be? You know, the graphics could be freaking PS2 graphics for all I care. Like legitimate PS2 graphics. I'm talking like Spider-Man PS2 on the Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 graphics. You know, I don't care. But in terms of like story and gameplay, the gameplay from what I've seen so far looks kind of meh. And you know, they talked about it being similar to Destiny. Like the way they talked about the game, it reminds me a lot of Destiny, and not in a good way. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy Destiny. It's just, it's not Avengers. It's like, so for anyone who doesn't know, Destiny is a looter shooter where you essentially like you run around Halo style shooting everything, then you picked up loot, and that loot could be guns or armor or whatever, and then you keep doing that to get more loot and better gear. And that's kind of what they're doing here as well, and I'm not so sure how I feel about that, but alright. Anyway, more recently, Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics held a War Table stream that gave fans a proper in-depth look at exactly how the game will work and what we can expect to be doing. It certainly helped providing glimpses of certain missions, co-op, finishing moves, and the game's main villain, MODOK, a mobile organism designed only for killing. A huge comic book nerd. Do me. But yeah, it's... And that is cool. It is nice to see MODOK actually getting the spotlight for one. I mean, yeah, it's in a game. Not like a TV show or something, but I don't... And from what I've seen, he doesn't really look like MODOK. He doesn't look like the head with the little arms. I'm never gonna get that MODOK, am I? Oh my god. Anyway, and in less than a month, another War Table will be taking place later. Wait, did I skip something? MODOK. Less than a month? Okay, sorry. Specifically showing off something that fans will actually be able to play very soon. The beta, which will begin on August 7th for those who pre-ordered the game for PlayStation 4 before becoming available for others over the following weeks. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's like August 14th or something like that for Xbox and PC. And you have to have pre-ordered the game in order to play the beta. Or you can do what Cam and I usually do for these types of things, where what Cam did in order to play Fallout 76's beta, he pre-ordered and then canceled his pre-order. But it was still had him down for the beta, so he no longer had the pre-order, but he still got to play the beta before release. I don't know if it's going to work here, because they may not have Bethesda's level of incompetence. But, you know, it's worth a shot, right? Anyway, according to Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix, I know I just put it up, anyway. According to Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics, the stream will be providing an insight into campaign content, Warzone, the game's co-op mission, and Harm challenge rooms. All of which will be included as part of the beta. Okay, so that's kind of standard. Oh, this actually goes on for a while. Alright, what? How long do we have? 19 minutes. That last one is something that hasn't been discussed before, but we can probably take a guess as to what they are. Optional challenges that can be completed for extra rewards or to earn a high enough score to share online. The official Twitter account also mentions a glimpse at what the future holds for Earth's mightiest heroes, which could imply that we'll see a preview of Marvel's Avengers' first piece of post-launch content. It's not that's something I'm going to add right here. This game is confirmed to be a live service title. You know, like, to quote them, they're like, this is a game that will be going for 10 years, type of thing. Like, and that's their words, not mine. You know, they actually want this game to be going for 10 years. No, I haven't yet to see a live service title that actually works and doesn't piss people off and doesn't try to milk you for all you're worth. So, and they did say there will be microtransactions, which means there are going to be macro transactions, because let's face it, in this day and age, none of the microtransactions are micro. Nothing micro about them. Anyway, we know that more story and playable characters will be included in the future. Though there's been no hint to who they could be, there are certainly a few members of the Avengers lineup we can think that should be added. The tweet is accompanied by a picture of Hulk facing off against Abomination. This villain was already known to be making an appearance, but we haven't seen much of him. Could a boss fight against him be demonstrated today as be part of the beta too? I don't know. I wouldn't count on it. As for when and where the stream can be watched, it will be taking place later today at 10 a.m. PDT, 1 p.m. EDT, and 6 Yes. Okay, yeah. So pretty much in 19 minutes. It can be watched here with me. But yeah, that's really about it. And yeah, it's going to be releasing pretty much all platforms. Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, Stadia. I'm not seeing Switch. Maybe it'll be ported to Switch later, post-launch, because that's what there's a lot of non-Switch. Video. I have a video coming up on that. Well, not so much on that, but it's relevant. The Outer Worlds is coming to Switch. I thought I'd mention that. Yeah, because we have a lot of Outer. With the new DLC on Peril on Gorgon. Excited for that DLC. I still have to find a way to live stream that game. And just enjoy this little background here. This is my essentially, if I'm not playing Halo, if it's not a Halo stream, and if it's not a Star Citizen stream, this is going to be the background image. Guaranteed. I think I'll just do this full video though when it starts. Yeah, 15 minutes and 50 seconds. But anyway, just to kind of like sum up of what I was just saying with the article, it's pretty much we're just going to be seeing. Why do I have music? What is going on? Okay, I'm an idiot. I just figured out what it was. The live stream's background noise, so you might hear something. I'm not hearing it because it's very, very low. But let me know if you hear it. I'll shut it off, mute it, or lower the phone. I'll lower the volume. Yeah, we just got a few minutes. I'll put the that's there. There we are. So there you have it. Let me see if I can get rid of. I'll use the mouse because I'll need it to like when I go like this. Look at this thing, or that thing. Try not to do this. Waiting here. Hey, cold-blooded. Yeah, we got the cold-blooded critic in the chat. How's it going, dude? I can't confirm, I mean, I have no idea. Maybe the beta will be full of cucks. I don't know. I also don't know what a cuck is, but I assume it's bad based on the way you phrase your question. Oh, now is probably a good time to bring up the PayPal if you want to help support the channel. I can show a link. Okay. There you have it. We have a PayPal now. So if you want to help support the channel, this is the way to do it. I'll put the link in the description, and I'll put it in the chat right now too as well. Yeah. Pay at your own risk. I mean, your own whatever. Who do you guys think are going to be the Avengers post-release Avengers that they're going to dish out after the game launch? Because right now the current roster in the game is Shellhead, Cap, Hulk, Black Widow, Thor, and now Kamala, Miss Marvel. And we already know, I'm pretty certain we know that Captain Marvel is, because of the existence of the character, that Captain Marvel is already confirmed in the game as well. So, or at least in the game, some capacity. So, which good Avengers do you want to see? Vision, Black Panther, She-Hulk, like what? I don't know. Wasp. I know we have Ant-Man or Hank. No, I think just Hank Pym, not as Ant-Man. Which makes sense. I mean, he wasn't there was a time in the 90s where he wasn't Ant. He was just Hank Pym. He wasn't. He was still with the Avengers. He just wasn't going by a superhero name or wearing a superhero costume. Minutes of showtime. Yeah, just I'll screw around on the garden while waiting. Oh yeah, so I forgot to show this off in my last video, but Star Citizen Alpha 3.10, they now have you have the ability to paint your ship. So this is I got a new paint job for my glass coffin. Military green, love it. And then obviously this was in my video where I field tested the new SMG. I think it works. Also, yeah, I made Cold Blood Critics a new logo, so I'm making logos now. I mean, I've been doing it for a while, but thinking of actually doing it now as a hey, you want a logo? Pay me like $10 or something. I'll make you a really cool logo. But yeah, you can always check out my flick art for pretty much everything. But like almost all of my non-video art here. I have a mess of albums. I even have custom wallpapers for your phone. Yeah, all these made by yours truly. Here's the unofficial, official Star Citizen wallpaper. Like this one. Yeah. Oh, I think it is heard music. Has been 9 minutes. That 372. That's last year. Over almost a year ago. All the time. Last year's expo. Yeah, here's all my original like logos and stuff. Check it out here. Wallpaper I've made. Here's I mean. Screenshot. I even have a ship porn album. That's anyone that plays Star Citizen will get it. It's a very straightforward joke though. I don't think it needs explaining. Images of ship. There's an image of a ship inside of another ship. I guess that technically would be. And because for some reason I take too many screenshots when I'm in quantum travel, I have a quantum travel album. A lot of fast travel. Out there. And I also have links to all the channels and stuff here, including Twitch. I have Discord link? Ah. That later. Now. About 2 months ago now. Right. Excuse me. They held in surprised at how loud it, how not loud it. Anyway, I'm literally just rambling on right now. Okay. I guess I can talk about the edit world. Of the DLC that's coming out actually looks really interesting. I'm curious to try. I need to replay that game again. I said it before. I'll say it again. I need to live stream that game on the channel. Really need to. It's a fun game. It's not by any stretch like the best game ever, but it's a solid AA action RPG that pretty much lets you kind of do whatever. You can kill anyone. You can kill every single NPC in the entire game. Name an RPG that lets you do that. I mean, it's a pretty basic RPG when you play it, but the world is so interesting. I mean, it's made by the guys that did the original Fallout game, well, Fallout 1 and 2, and then Fallout New Vegas, made by Obsidian. So they made it's more Fallout than the more recent Fallout game. Kind of like how the Orville is more Star Trek than the recent Star Trek stuff, but for different reasons. Obviously. Alright, here we go. 20 seconds. I also have to do, I promised someone I'd live stream Alien Isolation February. Coming February. I really do need to figure out a way of either I need to get it on PC somehow, or I have to figure out a way to record my voice at the same time. Live streaming on Twitch through the Xbox. I guess I could do like not live commentary. Be interesting. But not that.
In times like this, when it all seems hopeless, that's when we've got to stand strong. You struggle against the unstoppable tide of progress, Avengers. I will rid the Earth of superpowers, even if it has to end with me.
And you just watched Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics Avengers War Table stream.
We actually got a lot of gameplay. We got a lot more information than anyone was ever expecting.
MODOK was announced as the villain.
Aim help you.
What?
That's 100% MODOK!
Who the? Oh, they're actually showing the channel names there. So that's interesting. I don't know any of these channels.
That's exciting to me that we're not just fighting Ultron again.
Dude, this is crazy. So each mission is going to be based on that certain Avenger.
There is a lot to this game. Customization, skills.
The many customization options, play how you want to with each character.
I like the idea of my, Black Widow will handle differently than someone else's Black Widow.
You need a robust customization system, and I do think that is what this game is going for.
I'm in. Like, this looks awesome. I want to play this. I want to get into this.
The thing that seemed...
Okay, I actually do know that channel, the Joel Raptor channel. That's one.
I didn't know we were getting so much from this live stream. This is crazy.
Co-op and Warzone.
Online co-op, it's going down.
What speaks to me is the amount of characters in this, the amount of like references and hidden things, costumes.
There's too much... I can't even process all this right now.
I'm in.
Here's the thing though, no one really knows how this game's gonna play yet. We've seen some gameplay, but not enough to get a feel for the game.
First off, a huge thank you to everyone who joined our first Marvel's Avengers War Table last month. And extra thanks as well for telling us what you like and what you want to see in future shows. We are reading your posts and comments, so please keep them coming. Since then, what we've heard from you most, other than where's HAWKEYE, is when's the beta? We'll start with breaking down everything you need to know about the beta. Then, we'll share a glimpse at how our game will expand after launch, starting with our first post-launch hero, and we'll have a few surprises along the way. This is beta.
Well, at least they're getting right into it, so I'll give them that. I'm just wondering how bare bones is the beta gonna be. Alright, those are some pretty, pretty environments, so that's nice. Aside from that shot of Abomination and that shot of the Hulkbuster suit, nothing there was new. Aside from the, new environment stuff that I counted.
The beta opens with the entire Golden Gate Bridge demo, dropping players into the middle of the chain of events that led to the A-Day disaster. This is 25 minutes of gameplay and a great introduction to how each hero plays and how combat and traversal work.
Just lowering the volume a bit so this way I'm louder.
We built the Golden Gate Bridge sequence to be this roller coaster ride of an experience, with huge set pieces, tons of combat and traversal, and a Taskmaster boss battle. It's also a chance to try out many of each of the heroes' special combos, heroics, and specific moves. From there, the beta starts to open up just like the full game does, giving you new single-player hero missions and eventually single-player or co-op war zones to discover. As Kamala and Hulk, you'll travel to the dense forests of the American Pacific Northwest on the trail of the Olympia Archive, the last known location of Jarvis.
Oh,
this is another example
yeah.
of a hero mission showcasing Hulk's destructive capabilities. Later, you'll take the Quinjet to a remote war zone in the frozen Russian tundra called Missing Links to uncover shield secrets hidden deep underground. We chose these missions for the beta because they feature a diverse mix of locales, from wide open spaces for you to bound through and explore.
Alright, that's fair.
Aim complexes,
And accurate for
bristling
once.
with security, and some, let's just say, smashable interiors. You can expect heavy resistance whichever beta missions you play, including a showdown with Abomination.
What you got there, Cricket?
You should test everything that you've learned so far. It was really important for us to create a beta with a variety of experiences that show off the epic scale of the game.
Now here's a question, can you only fight the Abomination as the Hulk, or can you fight him, say, Iron Man or Cap, which I mean would be hilarious, because that would just be an unfair fight to whoever, any other Avenger. But
Mightiest heroes when the world needs them the most.
Looking sharp, guys.
Combined, the Golden Gate Bridge sequence and these hero story missions make for an already good-sized beta. But because Marvel's Avengers is all about the team, we knew that we needed to give you even more than that. Once you complete the single-player story content, you'll have 4 different heroes to choose from to play in some great war zones and harm rooms.
okay, so when you're playing the story mode, you don't choose the characters, that's all based on the story. Okay, that makes sense.
And Hulk. And that means you don't have to pick just one. You can play them all. As you progress through the beta, you are given access to the Helicarrier, Jarvis, and the War Table, where you can play 4-player co-op in 3 different types of missions: harm rooms, war zones, and drop zones. Let's start with harm rooms. Our holographic augmented reality machine rooms, or harm rooms for short, are virtual training simulators where heroes can take on waves of
Is this because the Fox and the X-Men still have the, I guess, the rights to say Danger Room?
You begin in the Harm Room training mission, which runs you through the paces of learning to control a hero.
Is it just me or does Harm Room just sound really silly?
3 Harm Challenge rooms to test your teamwork. Bring your best hero builds to see if you have what it takes to complete all 3. Harm Challenge rooms are a great place to hone your combat skills both individually and as a team. While anyone can play the game, you'll need to focus and work together to make it into the most elite spaces. How many can you and your team complete? You can track your progress, and once you finish, you earn a nameplate that carries over to the full retail version of the game, showing that you not only played in the beta, you excelled. Once you reach this point,
okay, that's pretty cool, although, well...
you can also go online and tackle a
oh, it's only a nameplate though, so never mind, that's actually pretty cool. Reminds me of some of the Halo Halo 5
We
stuff
talked
from
a lot about co-op and war zones in the first
when Master Chief Collection first launched on Xbox One. If you beat all the games on Master Chief Collection, you got some armor sets in Halo 5.
There are 5 beta war zones to play and a wide variety of aim enemies to take down, including a range of human and robotic foes. The first thing you notice is how each hero's traversal is true to the hero. Flyers like Iron Man approach from the air with Hulk picking up momentum as he bounds forward. Kamala and Black Widow may be on foot, but they both have unique traversal abilities to grapple and swing, throwing themselves in the air and even chaining together swings to increase speed and cover greater distances.
I'm pretty sure Spider-Man has a trademark on that.
Display, but that's just telling you half the information. Trigger tactical awareness to see everything that's available to do in a mission. For instance, that right there is what we call a POI, or point of interest. This POI is a bunker. Bunkers usually have small environmental puzzles that unlock a door once they're solved, and there are usually goodies inside like gear,
That's a puzzle?
resources, and also collectible comics.
This looks like a glorified door.
Missions on the war table can take as short as 10
Call that a
minutes,
puzzle.
as long as 2
Puzzles are
hours.
what you got in the Resident Evil.
Drop zones are among the smaller,
Portal.
more focused versions of war zones, and they almost always have a single objective. The beta drop zones are designed to let you and your team drop in for a single hit-and-run encounter, and in the full game, they're great for earning gear or leveling heroes. Whether you play with friends or with your companion AI team, you get in, you get out, and you're done.
Nice work.
We built the beta to let you sample many of the different types of gameplay and systems that you'll find in a full game. The beta includes missions built for different players and power levels. And as you build your heroes, you will find that you can take on increasingly ambitious missions. Progression is one of the main systems in the full game, and the beta delivers a taste for earning experience and leveling up your Avengers. In the beta, you'll have access to one of 3 starting skill pages for each hero. The others open up when the game launches. As you earn experience, you level up, and each level grants you a skill point. You spend these to unlock skills and shape what each of your Avengers can do. In our first Marvel's Avengers War
Seems
Table,
pretty straightforward.
we talked about heroics and ultimates, and we teased the Hulkbuster. The Hulkbuster is Iron Man's ultimate, and you can use it in the beta. Right off the bat, you'll see it as a powerhouse of, well, power.
That seems kind of, I mean, it's cool, but really, like, is that his only ultimate, or can you, like, change out ultimates like you can in Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2?
Rocket-propelled punches, rocket-propelled gauntlet cannon, including an extra powerful repulsor blast and leap and slam attack, and the ability to sustain tons of damage. There are also some alternate deployment methods, but we'll leave that to you to discover in the beta. You will also earn gear as you play, and as you level up, you'll have access to better gear with more powerful perks. And that is just in the beta. In the full game, you have 3 skill pages and extensive gear to dial in your perfect playstyle and build out your Avengers roster to play your way. Speaking of your roster, during our first Marvel's Avengers War Table, we mentioned that playing with your companion AI was a great alternative if you prefer your superhero game solo. But there's a very good reason why we like them so much. These are your heroes playing alongside you on your team that you've unlocked and you are leveling. So let's say you start the mission as the Hulk. The game then adds your Iron Man, your Black Widow, your Kamala to your party. The heroes in your party are using the skills that you've unlocked and the gear that you've equipped, which you can then mix and match to create a tailor-made party composition that plays the way that you want to play. This is a great way for a solo player to play as a team in the full game and in the beta.
That's actually pretty cool.
Team composition matters in Marvel's Avengers. Building
If this was on last gen, this probably wouldn't be the case, so give them that. That's a nice touch.
This was a quick overview of the beta. It is a big experience with more than 20 combined co-op and single-player missions, and 4 heroes with a small taste of the customizations, outfits and upgrades, and even some secrets you'll have to discover by yourself.
I do like their abomination design. I'll say that.
From the very start, we planned Marvel's Avengers as an experience that grows with you as you play. The heart and soul of that is each Avenger, and as fans ourselves, we've handpicked some of our and your favorite heroes to join the team after launch. Heroes like this.
Now we're actually getting a look at post-launch heroes. Okay.
To any surviving Avengers, should we lose the fight ahead of us?
Okay, yeah, figures.
Should everything be lost?
I mean, it was pretty predictable, this thing. What's really weird is why isn't he in at launch?
Lies in the past.
Clint? Well, I guess that explains the shock arrow. And the bow. And the sea of emotions.
They're never gonna give him his purple mask, are they?
You asked for him, and we're thrilled to bring him to you. When we started working on Hawkeye, the first thing we did was find the best comics and pull ideas that would fit into.
Yeah, see that mask they just had that they showed off there?
One of our favorite
Yeah,
runs
they're
is
never gonna give him
Matt
that.
Fraction and
Never.
artist David Aja's
Unfortunate.
Life as a Weapon. And
I know
we've
it's
taken some
goofy looking
exciting
costume, but I
ideas
liked
from
it.
So much so that Hawkeye has his own in-depth story mission chain, and it is unique from the main campaign because it can be played in co-op or solo, whichever you prefer. Hawkeye is your first look at how the expanding world of Marvel's Avengers continues to grow after launch.
But here's the question, how much is it?
The story of Kamala
Is it
reuniting
free?
the Avengers
Or are they gonna
against
charge
the
you for
current
it?
A threat. On top of that, you get 6 heroes with the game at launch, each with skills to upgrade, gear, and outfits to earn and unlock. But after that, you enter the ever-present Avengers Initiative. This is where you extend the experience as the Avengers, protecting Earth from all threats and incursions. Both the ones coming on day 1, and where new heroes, new missions, new regions are all accessible with your entire team roster, either solo, with AI heroes, or online with other players. August is Marvel's Avengers Beta Month. We are ready and eager to play alongside you throughout August in the lead up to launch on September 4th. As you play, you generate tons of feedback for us to improve the tuning and playability, and we learn more about what else we can do as we grow this game's world to be the superhero fantasy you've dreamed of living. That's why we can't wait for you to get started and play what we do.
Your guys are gonna make a
When you
Spider-Man
get your
game?
hands on the beta yourself,
Because
dive into
this
the
isn't
story,
it.
jump online and play with friends, all starting on August
Alright,
7th
set me up
through
for
9th
it.
on PlayStation 4 and PC and Xbox starting August 14th.
Yeah, it was August 14th,
The
so I was right
beta
about that.
is meaty, but it's only a small part of the finished game. Enjoy a full-length campaign, more than 80 war zones, more than 50 enemy types, new configurations of harm rooms and challenges updated regularly, and even more later game mission types that we haven't even revealed yet, such as hives and boss lairs. The longer that you play the game, the more it grows and evolves as we add new characters like Hawkeye, add new story content and regions, all at no additional cost. Oh, and one more thing. We're also excited to reveal that we're working with Epic Games and the Fortnite team. So when you finish the Marvel's Avengers beta, you will earn the Hulk Smasher's Pickaxe with bonus Hulkbuster style in Fortnite. For more details, visit Fortnite.com. Thank you for joining us for another Marvel's Avengers War Table. We'll be back with more news and probably some more surprises.
This means it's gonna be an Epic Store
Thank you so
exclusive,
much,
isn't it?
and we'll see you in the beta.
God, I hope. Good deal. That was a really janky animation right there. I'm not gonna lie. So that was it. Oh, and then they're gonna have a little, like a concept art and screenshots here to do that last time too. So I'll just talk. Not gonna be any audio here. Go for it. So yeah, that was shorter than the last one, but definitely more informative than the last one. The last one was it felt like a lot of fluff. We got some gameplay, but it wasn't. I don't know. Nothing really looked solid. Whereas here, things looked a little better. They did explain more about how the game's actually going to play and work, and it sounds good. But the question is, what's the monetization? Because if they're claiming, they're going to be doing all this like post-launch stuff, there's going to be monetization. There's no way they can't do it. At least with the current business model that all these corporations use. So I need to know what that is. As for am I going to play the beta, I mean, I might use my own tactic that I mentioned earlier. But damn them into giving me the beta. I might, just so I can at least try it out. But we have to keep in mind the story is still. It's not like they changed the story in like 2 months that it's been since the last War Table live stream, where we have Kamala Khan is essentially like, look, she's the one that's going to save the day because she hacked into AIM and got all the secrets and is the bestest ever. All rights reserved by Doomcock for that quote. But yeah, it's and she's the main playable protagonist in the game as well as the main character in the story. You're gonna be playing as her most of the time when you're playing the story mode. That's a major turnoff. I mean, I'm hoping this game is good. I am. It would be nice to have a fun superhero game, but I'm not expecting it to be good. Hope for the best, plan for the worst type of thing. Like, maybe the game will play well, and the story will just be crap, but in terms of like how the game actually plays, it's a good game. But I also noticed a lot of the customization is just recoloring of the default skins. So it's like, look, it's the same armor you've seen Iron Man wear in like the last 17 videos, except now it's blue and yellow, or now it's black, or it's silver, or now it's white. And don't get me wrong, I know some people that will, look, customization is what helps us kind of make our characters unique to how we want to play them and all that. And that's great, but I just fear that they're gonna like, okay, the colorization, like just the different color skins are gonna be free, and then they're gonna charge you for the real, like the actual different armor models, like the character models that actually have different looks and are based on armors from the comics or our new armors early or whatever they're doing. It is nice that they actually did show off Hawkeye, but it was really weird that, like, I don't know, at least to me, because the Avengers was always a roster of 6 growing up. So, and according, in the beta, you're gonna be playing through the prologue with the A-Day disaster prologue, whatever you want to call it. And you just have Iron Man, Cap, Thor, Black Widow, and you don't really have all the players there. You're missing a few. So, I don't know. To me, it's just weird, especially with the MCU and how Hawkeye's popularity in the MCU is, and how they're very clearly going for the MCU roster and lineup of the Avengers, and not the comic book. Because if they were going by the comic books, then the original roster would be Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, Ant-Man, Wasp, and Captain America. Although Captain America was not a founding Avenger. Pretty much just showed up in like the third issue or something. Sorry about that. Just talking with my brother, telling him about what I just saw, and he's in agreement with me that saying, like, you know, Hawkeye's not a day one. Like, I told him, like, Hawkeye's a post-launch character. They confirmed it. It's like, really? Like, that was his reaction. Like, what? You know, so, hey, that actually looks better than the game. That looks. I like the beard. Oh, that was fun. But yeah, so this is just sorry for the silence there. Anything in chat? No. So yeah, this was a War Table live stream for the beta. So I don't know. I might try that scam. I was actually just the reason why I was silent because I was talking with my brother about, you know, like, hey, maybe I'll try to get the beta using the tactic that we usually do. And he's like, yeah, I've done that before. I've also done, and he's telling me how he also did a convoluted one that involved Canadian Amazon. Long story, you don't want to hear. Pretty much, bottom line is, as long as I don't have to pay and I get access and my money's not being taken from me, regardless of my knowledge, like whether I'm aware of it or not, you know, as long as I'm not losing money, I'm good. Oh, and there's the. Alright, so that's the Avengers thing. So yeah, it's nice to have more information, but I still really don't, and I have a better idea of how the game's gonna play now. But the story is still shit, and you know, I know obviously a lot of people will complain about the character models. I honestly don't care because, again, if customization is, you know, as good as they say, then you'll be able to customize your characters to look however you want them anyways, so that won't matter. I'm just not sure. I'm still not sure about the whole Destiny style of, like, the looter shooter type style of gameplay. I haven't, you know, we still don't really know much about how combat will handle, but I guess we'll find out soon with the beta. So that's good. And as I said, I'll try to get access to the beta somehow if I can. And if not me, then someone else at Cast in the Shadows will. Maybe I can get Cam to do it. You did not hear me say that. I will deny it. But I don't know. We'll figure it out because I do want to at least get my hands on this game to at least judge it. And the beta does seem like the best way to go about it. Because I really don't want to spend money on this thing. Especially since I don't really have the money at the moment to spend. Like, I'm saving up every cent I have just to get Cyberpunk right now. So... I mean, if you guys were to pay me... help fund the channel to do it for that, then... No, I'm kidding. Every time I bring up the PayPal, I should probably just insert the Final Tap song, Give Me Some. Making bad jokes after bad jokes, aren't I? Yeah, I mean, it's... Look, I don't want to just, like, write it off because the story is terrible. Because we know the story is going to be bad. You're having a character that no one likes. And even... I mean, and there might be people that like Captain Miss Marvel, whatever, the Kamala Khan. I just don't. I don't like the character. I don't like how they. She's pretty much like the political correctness character that Marvel has. Like, you know how Spider-Man's their flagship character? Kamala Khan's their flagship political correctness character. It's like a tie between that and Captain Marvel. So, honestly, to me, I still think that they're just inserting her in the game as a way to, like, look, we need to promote. She has, because they have the Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, and what to say, Netflix, Disney Plus show coming out sometime within the next 10 years or whatever. And they're like, okay, we need to promote this show. No one reads the character. The book doesn't sell. None of our books really sell that we bring it up. But, like, I'm just trying to imagine what they had to go through. It's like, okay, let's just insert her into this video game. This way we get, word of her existence will spread. And look, she may not be such a bad character in the game. I don't know. They could do something similar to like Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse animated movie. I enjoyed that movie. It's not. I don't think it's as great as everyone keeps saying it is, but it's an enjoyable one. I definitely love the art style of the movie. That's for damn sure. But and a lot of you guys who watch my channel know I hate Miles Morales. Like, I said it before, I'll say it again. His existence is just to have Peter Parker get killed off so he can replace him. He's tokenized Peter Parker. It's just like race-swapped Spider-Man. I mean, literally, in costume and like every way. Like, when you want to create a new character, that's not how you do it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, so I could be wrong that, the story might actually be decent. I don't expect it to. It doesn't look like it's going to be. But I'm still going to, I think, give it a shot. Even I don't pre-order, so, regardless of this game being good or not, like even Cyberpunk, I'm not pre-ordering that. I'm getting it on the day of release. Pre-order. I have principles. Stand by them. I'm not going to throw them away because it's one good game. I know I say that, and then I have to Star Citizen. Ignore that. That's different. It's not that I'm helping fund the game. I'm not giving them money so that they can't, so that they don't, so they realize, oh, we don't have to make the game now because we already got paid. That's kind of what pre-ordering is. It's like okaying that. And as there's an old saying, best way to vote is to vote with your wallet when it comes to these corporations. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it could be good. Not the story. I think the story's still gonna be shit. But the gameplay could be good. And I do like the idea of playing online with friends, with your different Avengers characters. And I did like that they, and it made sense. I kind of figured that anyways, but now they actually confirmed it with the, like your Iron Man is going to be the Iron Man you play with if you're playing solo, and you're not playing as, like, say you're playing as Hulk. The Iron Man that you created is going to be the playing with you. Of course, the AI may be total crap. That's another thing. Is the team AI, the friendly AI, going to be like completely, like in your way, like kind of thing. Like think RPG companion AI, and how anyone who's played an RPG, like say Fallout, or even actually the Outer Worlds AI were pretty competent, except for the few times that they would get killed by something. But that's usually due to me sending them into battle first, and then they get killed. I just use them. You can clearly tell I don't play on the Nova difficulty, the Supernova difficulty, where they're when they are not expendable. Where if they die for good. But anyway, so anyone who plays RPGs and where they have companions, you'll know what I mean. Where it's like, no, I hope they don't have a companion AI in your way and completely incompetent. I'm just hoping that the game can be played offline, because that's a problem with gaming today overall. That's irrelevant to this game specifically. Anyway, it could be good. I mean, it was nice to see. Actually, let me just go back to the footage for a sec. Or not. I'm sure you can probably like pick apart this trailer footage for like a reference stuff. Call me lazy. I don't know. Hold on, I'm just trying to find this in.
Best comics.
There. Put the screen back up. Yeah, so that this is the mask I was talking about. Like, seriously, like, this is Hawkeye. This is the Hawkeye I grew up with. The Vision I grew up with. This is, these are the characters I grew up with here. As they were when I grew up. Not this. This. But, yeah. Like I said, the gameplay could be good. I'm hoping it is, because at least that might redeem this game. This was definitely a good stream in terms of content. It actually showed off. It was actually informative compared to the last one. It just felt like a lot of filler and fluff. Like, look, you can play as Thor, and you can play as this, and gameplay, and look what you can do as Thor, and then it's like, I don't care. Because I don't know if the gameplay you're showing me is actually real. That's the problem with a lot of these things too, is you don't, like, at least with the beta, you'll have hands-on, regardless of if it's actually, like, the beta's going to be close to the full game or not, because beta's, everything's subject to change when you're up until the release. But at least the beta, you're actually playing, and you know how it handles when you're playing it. So, it could be really bad. Like, the story already has kind of like gave it a negative 6 points. I'm hoping the gameplay boosts it up a little. Out of 10. Yeah, negative 6. So I'm hoping the gameplay is good, because then at least this could be an average game. And it kind of already looks average. I'm just hoping that it's not like my worry is not just like, the story is gonna be all whatever with Comic-Con. Like, I don't care. I already written that off. That's like, we already know the story's gonna be. No point in reveling in it. Goddamn. But I'm more concerned with the monetization, because anyone that's watched my channel here will know exactly how it should not exist. There should be no monetization. The fact that there is already a problem. But I'm concerned because we know there's going to be monetization in it. I just want to know how is it going to be. is it gonna be? They did say no loot boxes, so of course this wouldn't be the first game to say that, and then later add loot boxes. So there's that. But in terms of other monetization, like, say, oh, you want this, say, the Silver Centurion armor, right? Iron Man Silver Centurion armor comics. You want that? Well, you'll have to pay $5 or $8 or whatever. You want the blue stealth armor from the comics? $18. I don't know. Blue. Everything has to be. If it's blue and it's in a video game, the microtransaction store has to charge like $18 to $90. I'm not kidding. There is a game. I think Valorant has a $90-something microtransaction, and it's a cold call. I can ignore that. But yeah, so it's. I'm worried about the monetization. I need to know more before even considering getting this game, because I've literally gotten like one game every 2 years because of monetization. Like the last game I got my brother got me Doom Eternal for my birthday last year, or this past year, 2020. Then the last game I got before that. What was the last game I got? That wasn't free. Like, I guess the Outer Worlds, but that was free. So there you go. Like I haven't exactly been buying games. Well, mainly because I can't afford to. I can't afford to get every game I want the second it comes out. But also, I'm just like, I'm not gonna get a game just because. Oh, look, it could be good, but if it has a bunch of monetization in it that's just egregious and disgusting, I'm not getting it, because buying the game is okaying it. I know that's a little extreme, but I mean, tell me another way to stop microtransactions and loot boxes and just overall monetization and gambling in video games, and I'll try to do it. Otherwise, the best way to do it is to vote with your wallet. Hit it where it hurts. And when it comes to mega corporations like EA, Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard, Square Enix, the best way to hurt them is their wallets. Speaking of gaming, AAA gaming industry, probably should do a video on the whole thing. That's literally a topic for just another video. Actually, it's probably be the topic of the Cast in the Shadows episode coming out this Saturday night. Yeah, I actually want to so I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm really curious to hear what your thoughts are. Do you think the game's gonna be good? Are you excited for the game? Are you not excited for the game? Do you care about the story, or are you more focused on the gameplay? What characters do you want to see in the game? Like, what Avenger characters, or just Marvel characters overall, do you want to see in the game? But probably more accurately, Avengers. I doubt they're gonna put So yeah, I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. So and let me know in the comments what you think. I think I'm gonna call it here. I've been rambling on for a little over an hour now, so my voice is starting to hurt from my ulcers flaring up again. And yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Thanks everyone so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. I really appreciate it. And if you want to help the channel grow and you want to help us, make more videos and actually, help us do reviews and stuff on games that we love playing, just donate something to PayPal. Donate a cent. Or 2 cents, I don't know. Give me your 2 cents. Right. Oh, here are my 2 cents on the matter. Sorry, bad joke. Anyway, so we got the PayPal if you want to help support the channel. Subscribing is a great way to help support the channel too. Also, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Tell me why in the comments. And subscribe if you haven't. If you have, please make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people daily from some of my channels. So, I was at 180 on my personal channel, and now I'm still at 180. Even though I've had 5 people subscribe in the past 2 weeks. They've been unsubscribed and it went down to like 178, and then people they had to subscribe again, and it's a whole mess. It shouldn't be that way. So yeah, so make sure you're still subscribed if you have. And yeah, I think that'll be it for now. And be sure to tune in Saturday night, August 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Cast in the Shadows Episode 8 live. Twitch here, this very Twitch channel. So yeah, and it'll be uploaded to YouTube. So yeah, I think this will be it for now, and I will catch you guys all later. So this is Mando Merc signing off, and remember, treat others.